What's going on, peoples? What's going on, peoples? Welcome to some Dumb Vlog, episode 16, I believe. Yeah. Um, One more day of hard labor at work for Christmas season, and we're done. I mean, this Christmas season, we definitely put some hours in and racked up, a little cash. I mean, usually I'm not really big on like trying to work mad hard anymore because I worked for 15 years, hard as hell. Um, but I'm closing. Like I said, everybody knows I'm closing on the house, so I need to show as much money as possible to get the bank to be like, you know what, we're gonna let everything fly through. So I put in about like 55 hours this week. Last week I put in about 52. I actually sold a vacation of mine also, but yeah, I mean, like I said, it's all about financial freedom, man. You gotta set yourself up. I was listening to I forgot this guy's name. It was a guy and his wife, and they into real estate. My fault, I don't remember the name, but if you Google married couple real estate, they'll come up. But they was talking about more. They was more talking about financial freedom and what it takes to be financially free. If you live in New Jersey, real estate is going to be hard for you. It's definitely going to be hard for you to get into real estate living in New Jersey, but it's not impossible. And the thing is that when you do find a gym, or a good deal, it pays very well versus investing in like the middle of the middle of the country and not making that much money because the property doesn't sell for that much if you sell it, and you can't rent it for that much when you rent it. Um, and when they were telling about financial freedom, they were saying a lot of people think that a 401k is great for retirement. So I'll label this one some dumb vlog, episode 16, 401k. Now, they say for 401k is not good, but the reason why people say the 401k is not good is for the most part, if you save for 40 years, or which is usually what people save for in your 401k, odds are you'll only have about $90,000, maybe 100. You might have 100 grand, but is 100 grand really going to last you 20 years in the future? I mean, I don't know if if you guys are maybe living very meagerly, but I don't think 100 grand will last me 20 years. When I say 20 years, I mean you're able to retire at 65. Let's say you stay even longer and retire at 70. What are you gonna say? You're gonna die at 90? That seems fair. Let's say you retire at 65 like you're supposed to retire at 65. 85, maybe you good enough to live to 85. Now, if you live past 85, you basically have no money. So at 85, you gotta just decide, hey, do I want to kill myself? And nobody wants to do that. It doesn't make sense. But you gotta understand that you have to build a way for you to survive after your 401k goes. And there are a couple ways. Like I said, you can invest in real estate. You can invest in stocks and bonds. You can invest in mutual funds, whatever. You can invest in a lot of stuff, but you have to understand for retirement purposes, the 401k is not good. But on the other end of the spectrum, the 401k is amazing if your employer matches your 401k contributions. Because, for one, you'll be a fool to turn down free money from your employer. If your employer is going to match you up to 6%, up to 3%, take that, because you can always borrow from your 401k. I say borrow because a lot of people say, "Oh, let's switch it to an IRA so I can use all this money for something and do that." But I say borrow. The reason why I say borrow is because, like, for example, my employer at FedEx, we can borrow the money, take it out, pay it back within 5 years through payments from your job, and after that fifth year, wait 1 year, and you'll be able to take more out again. And at the whole time, you're still getting interest, and you're still getting money based on how much you have in there, not how much you borrowed, but the total amount. So let's say I had 60,000 in my 401k, right? I can take 30,000 out. Mind you, I only put 30,000 in, but there's going to be another 30,000 in that my employer matched. So let's say I had 60,000 in my 401k. I take 30,000 out. I put 30,000 into a house investment. Well, I put not even 30,000 because you're doing the live-in properties. You know, you're doing home house hacking. So let's say I take the third out of the 30, I take 20, and I get a house. Then the other 10, I just sit and wait. And when a year I save, I don't spend any money that you collect for rent, and you don't spend any money, you save it, and you have another 10, and then you put that 10 with the other 10, you get another place. So for 2 years, you get 2 places. And then you do that again, maybe it takes another 2 years, and then by the time you get your third place, now you're able to borrow from by the time you get your fourth place, you're able to borrow from your 401k again. So for me, I would say that 401ks are amazing investment tools. You know what I mean? Everybody, but for retirement, no, because like I said, if you pass away if you retire at 65 in New Jersey, living at $100,000, it's gonna be hard because New Jersey. I mean, you could probably move to Florida though and live pretty comfortably. I'm gonna lie, you probably can move to Florida. That might be the move if if your kids are grown and you can do stuff to take the money that you get when you retire from New Jersey and move to Florida, and you can probably buy something real nice in a nice kind of beachfront property. That's a good idea. But if you want to stay in New Jersey and the tri-state area, you want to go to California, somewhere that has more access to places outside of the city, outside of the country, a more melting pot of people. If you want to go to places like that, then you definitely going to need to invest in something other than your 401k. But like I said, I definitely believe 401ks are, if you're employed, this is only if your employer matches your contributions. I think 401ks is the best investment tool you can come up with when you're coming from a place that's hard for you because you wasn't born with money. Like most of us that live in North, born and raised in North and East Orange, we wasn't born with like a silver spoon. We had to struggle for our money, so we don't have the opportunity to go out as when we get out of college or get out of high school and go out and just invest because we don't have because we don't have the money like that. But there's a way to get the money, and the way you get the money is through the 401k, I believe. That was my route out, because if it wasn't for my 401k and me saving for 13 years for my 401k, it was no way I was going to be able to get my first place. And if it wasn't for that, it was no way I was going to get my second place. Now my third and fourth place, that's different because I had some money that came to me. Loss of a relative, my grandfather, but hasn't come yet. But it's gonna come, and that's third and fourth houses. But the first 2 houses, that's all. You really only need one house, and everything else takes time. Just takes time to build. As long as you do the move in, you live there, and you rent for a year, and then you move to another place. You can do that with just. I'm gonna be. How much did it take me? Now I had 30 because I borrowed from my 401k. No, I had 50 because I bought a car and I sold my car. Well, I refinanced my car, which is another way of obtaining capital, because if you use a refinance through a credit union, you can use that for a down deposit on the house. So, I did have like 50 because I saved 2 years at my job to get a car that cost $15,500, and my 401k had 60,000 in it. I was able to take 29 out after I paid the fees for borrowing. So 29, and then the 19 I bought the car for 15, and I refinanced it for 19, so I got more than what I paid for the car. Then I got borrowed from the 401k, and I was able to take that, and I was able to get my first place, which I live now. My son I came and hang out in. Then I didn't spend the whole thing on the 4. I didn't spend everything I had on the first place because I was able to find out about it was right before Obama left office and right before Trump came. They had a program in Essex County, New Jersey, where if you're from Essex County, you can purchase a house in Essex County without. I don't know if they. I think they canceled. I think Trump canceled that program when he came in. But if you're from Essex County and you move in Essex County, you're able to get a house without private mortgage insurance for 3.5% down, which is good because it saves you about $200 a month versus a FHA loan, which you is pretty much the only other option. So the first house I was able to get it through that, and they gave me a credit because I was purchasing a house in Essex County, living in Essex County. They give you another credit for like $10,000. They gave you, I don't know if that's still around, but they gave me credit for $10,000 towards the purchase of the house. So I was able to get the house for like $250 in West Orange. That normally go for like $300. And I only had to put 4% down because I wanted to keep my mortgage under a certain amount. But I only had to put 3.5% down, and that right there. And then I still had about, how much did I have? I had about like $12,000. But here's the thing: even though I only had $12,000 left over after I got my house, I saved up everything I have, so I got back to $20,000, so I can go get a second house, which I'm in contract with now. I've been telling you guys about lately. But the thing was that when you have one house already, you can't. You have to show that you have reserves for 6 months on both houses. But remember, I told you that $30,000 that my employer contributed to my 401k was still in my account. I just couldn't take it out. Well, the banks only need to see that you have that in your account. Because you can take it out. You can find a way to take it out, but it's going to cost you. So it might cost me $10,000 to take $30,000 out if I really want to just cancel my 401k without, which I definitely won't do. But being able to show that was covering the 6 months. So then all I needed was the $20,000 that I had from 10 that I saved from this year, and the 10 that I had after I bought this house. So now I am in contract with a second house in Newark where I'm going to live. And everybody says, oh, Newark is bad, Newark is horrible. But there's pockets. People don't really understand that. There's pockets of Newark which are better than some places in more bourgeoisie towns. Like the place I'm moving to is next to Seton Hall University. Now, if you're next to a major college, an Ivy League college, or a top 100 college in the country, you're gonna pretty much have excess property value. And because it's in Newark, and a lot of people are scared of Newark, they might not look at it. So you have more of a chance. And even with all this stuff, going for this place in Newark that I'm in contract for, it was still like 24 people that was like interested in it, and it was like 8 people bid on the house also. So it was a multiple bidding thing, and I got it. I studied. Don't get me wrong. You're not gonna get everything on the first go, because backlog of the story. I've been looking for a place since October. It is now December, so I look every day. Matter of fact, I look more than once a day. I'm on Realtor.com, I'm on Trulia.com, I'm on Zillow, I'm on HomePath, I'm on Auction.com. I was on every website looking every day, multiple times, and I didn't find a place. So when I did find a place, it was always multiple offers, and I lost about 4 to 7 multiple offers. I lost, and one house I didn't get a chance to put on before somebody took it. But in one house, it went on the market. I bid for it, and then it came off the market as far as the people couldn't sell it. So don't give up trying after a long time, because if I would say what's the ratio, this is 1 in 10. I basically tried to go for 10 houses. I put in 7 offers, at least 7 offers, and 2 houses. If something happened, I couldn't do. And then in this house, I got. So For every 10 houses I tried, only one of them was an opportunity. And it took me October, November, December, 3 months. 3 months, 10 tries to get one opportunity. But this opportunity makes it worth it. And I try to tell so many people, like, you can see all the videos that are on my page, and you can see, what I do with the money that I save and how I like to live through all the travels and nice things. But you can live however you want to live. I'm just trying to give you guys that, think hope is gone, that you got to be a drug dealer, you got to be an NBA player, you got to be a celebrity, you got to be famous. I'm just giving you guys a chance to see that, listen, you can have nothing. Like, I started off just having a job at FedEx since I was 18. And it didn't have to be FedEx. It could have been UPS, it could have been post office, it could have been a police officer, it could have been flight attendant, it could have been shit, it could have been McDonald's. As long as I had the plan to achieve what I do. And I think right now the easiest way to do that is through real estate. I don't think I'm going to say, aside from the celebrities and rappers and drug dealers, I'm going to say if you're from the hood, real estate is the only way that you'll be able to get to that level where you may be a millionaire. Because they cancel out so many other things for us. I mean, coming from an urban area, they cancel out so many other things that you got to find a way. And I can't see any other way that's more productive and better on your heart if you stress a lot. I mean, than real estate. Because, like the guy said, I wish I remember his name. I forgot the family name. But like the guy said on the video I was watching with the guy and his wife, was like, listen, real estate is the only thing that won't go back down to zero. Stocks, you can lose all your money in stocks. They go back down to zero. Bonds, same thing. They could go down low and you lose a lot of money. 401k is not going to help you survive. Real estate is the only thing that won't go back down to zero. So if you invest $20,000 into it, that $20,000 stays in it until you sell a house. And if you're doing it right by getting multiple family properties where you can, you can share the responsibilities, do that. That's basically the way to do it. Because, and if you want to feel good, you don't want to feel like, oh, I'm just doing that, then, charge less for rent. That's what I do. I charge less because if everybody's happy and I'm happy, because it works for me, works for them, works for everybody, that in all the places I'm going to get. It's just, you have to devise a plan to succeed, because coming from North, or coming from New York, or coming from Cali, coming from anywhere in America, if you out of poverty, doesn't matter if you're white or black, to me at least, I don't think. If you're in poverty, they're trying to keep you there. So you got to find a way out. And this is my vlog to help people find a way out. But it's hella long. It's going to take me hella long to upload it. So I'm going to sign out now. Some Dumb Vlog, episode 16, 401k. Peace.